Hi, I'm Robin, English teacher, core languages, and today is a pretty rainy day. It's raining a lot. So I have a question for you. How much do you think it's raining? How would you measure or count the rain? Or how about water in general? How would you count or measure water? You could say, for example, a cup of water, a sip of water, or even a body of water. But could you say 3 waters or 2 rains? In the English language, there are countable nouns, or nouns that we can count, and uncountable nouns, nouns that we cannot count, like rain and water. But we need to know which one is which. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what countable nouns and uncountable nouns are and how to actually count them. So the next time someone asks you, "How much rain is this?" you can formulate a perfect English sentence. Uncountable nouns. There are different kinds of nouns in the English language. Nouns that we can count using 1, 2, 3, and nouns that we cannot count the same way. These are uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns can be a person, a place, a thing, or an object. When we have an uncountable noun, we do not use the indefinite article a or an. And we do not use plural s's for uncountable nouns. Here are examples of countable nouns. For example, glass. We could say a glass or 2 glasses. A cup, 2 cups. A dish, 2 dishes. A container, 2 containers. A bowl, 2 bowls. A bottle, 2 bottles. Here are examples of uncountable nouns. Juice, coffee, food, pasta, ice cream, water. We cannot say a pasta or 2 pastas, for example. However, when it comes to drinks and food, we sometimes use the plural s. For example, a coffee, 2 coffees. Uncountable nouns are usually representatives of a group of nouns or a category. For example, clothing, food, water, or feelings. We do not use the plural s or es for uncountable nouns. For example, it would be incorrect to say 3 coffees or 3 rains or 2 loves. The typical word order for a sentence using a countable noun is subject and verb, a number, the countable noun. Note the number can also be the indefinite article. For example, I have 2 cups. You could also say I have a cup. The same sentence would not work with an uncountable noun. For example, I have 2 waters. The sentence is incorrect. If we wanted to make a sentence expressing that we have 2 quantities of water, there are 2 different possibilities. We could say, I have 2 bottles of water, or 2 cups of water, or I have water. It is important to note that in informal spoken English, you may hear a sentence such as, I will have 2 waters, or I will have 3 coffees.
This is something that is often said when ordering at a restaurant. When ordering food or drinks at a restaurant, we often make a sentence that is not technically grammatically correct. For example, we could say, I would like 3 juices, please. This sentence is grammatically incorrect. What is meant is, I would like 3 glasses of juice, please, or 3 cups of juice, please. We might also say, can I get 2 coffees to go? Technically, this sentence is grammatically incorrect. What is meant is, can I get 2 cups of coffee to go? We might also say, I buy 2 salads for us. What is meant is, I buy 2 containers of salad for us, or 2 bowls of salad for us. We might also say, how many waters do you need? Again, this is technically grammatically incorrect. What is meant is, how many bottles of water do you need? Or how many glasses or cups of water do you need? Here are a few more examples of countable and uncountable or non-count nouns side by side. For example, the car. You can say, I have 2 cars. The desk. I have 3 desks. The glass. I have 2 glasses. The house. I have 2 houses. The cat. I have 2 cats. Here are uncountable nouns and examples of how we can quantify them or count them. For example, the money. We cannot say I have 2 monies, but we could say amount of money or amounts of money. The clothing. We could say article or articles of clothing. I have 2 articles of clothing. The air. You could say volume or volumes of air. The weather. You could say type or types of weather. There are different types of weather. But it would be incorrect to say there are different weathers. The bread. You could say, this is a loaf of bread, or I have 2 loaves of bread. There are different types of uncountable nouns, and when formulating a sentence with an uncountable noun, it helps to keep these types or categories in mind. For example, we use uncountable nouns for small particles. The recipe requires sugar. We also use uncountable nouns for abstractions or feelings. For example, happiness is hard to measure. We also use uncountable nouns for food and drinks. For example, I buy food at the grocery store. We use uncountable nouns for academic subjects. For example, she studies chemistry or she studies history. We also use uncountable nouns for sports. For example, he plays basketball. We also use uncountable nouns for different categories. For example, they buy some furniture. Furniture is a category of nouns such as table, chair, or desk. Here are examples of sentences that use uncountable nouns that belong to categories. For example, clothing. Her clothing is fashionable. Furniture. What kind of furniture do they sell? Equipment. He needs new equipment for his trip. Luggage. How much luggage are you taking? Here are examples of sentences that use small particle uncountable nouns. For example, the noun dust. We cannot say 2 dusts or 3 dusts, but we can say a speck of dust. We are waiting for the dust to settle. Rice can be measured in grains. We cannot say these are 3 rices, but we can say 3 grains of rice. Charlie eats a lot of rice for dinner. Sand cannot be measured by itself. We cannot say, I see many sands, but we can say a grain of sand. Or, there is so much sand in the desert. And here are examples of sentences that use uncountable nouns that refer to abstractions or feelings. For example, peace. Peace is a worthy goal. Happiness. Her life is full of happiness. Music. I like to play music. Love. Love is a wonderful feeling. Let's practice. Look at the following nouns and try to identify if they are countable or uncountable nouns. For example, tea. Can you say, I have 2 teas? Tea is uncountable. You could say, I have a cup of tea or 2 cups of tea. How about number 2, corn? Corn is uncountable. You cannot say, I have 3 corns, but you could say, I have a kernel of corn or 3 kernels of corn. How about table? Table is countable. You can say, I have 2 tables. How about number 4, hate? Hate is a feeling. It is uncountable. So we can say, I have a lot of hate. How about number 5, weather? Weather is also uncountable. We could say a type of weather or different types of weather.
Thank you for watching. I hope you now have a better understanding of countable and uncountable nouns. As always, if you have more questions, feel free to comment. Or if you're interested in joining one of our courses with a live instructor, feel free to message us directly. I look forward to seeing you in our next class.